Mic check. Okie dokie doodle. Hey guys, Mike Landlord here. I'm the owner of more than 216 local businesses across the Quad County shelf, and I've been the executive co-scribe of the Skatchenash Valley Chamber of Commerce for the last 6 years. You're listening to Small Business, a podcast where we talk about all the ins and outs and ups and downs of being a small business owner. Please talk to me on social media. It's at Why Not Landlot. I'd love to hear from you. Of course, we are talking about small business here, but that's just a jumping off point. I'm open to talk about whatever. We're having fun. It's a real hullabaloo of chitty chat. It's a busy month, folks. You know, we got St. Patty's coming up next week. Daylight savings just started. We had Mardi Gras last week. Everybody getting all their sins in before the bell. Following that up with Ash Wednesday on Cinco de Marzo. Islamical holidays. They got Ramadan going on up in there. The Jewish people of Judaism got Purim coming up. And yeah, I mean, I feel like they got holidays kind of for everything now. Let's, I'm going to Google real quick. Holidays, March 11. Oh, it auto-filled the year. It's 3/11 Day. Is that the band? Debunking Day. We're trying to disprove cuckoo stuff. Key Deer Awareness Day. Moshushu's birthday. I don't know what that is. National COVID-19 Day. Let us celebrate. National Funeral Director and Mortician Recognition Day. Always recognize the people who handle your dead body. Oh, National Johnny Appleseed Day. I love Johnny Appleseed. Bro just went around dropping apple seeds everywhere. Now there's apple trees everywhere. Oh, that darn Johnny Appleseed. You know, keep it down, Gramps. Okay, National Oatmeal Nut Waffles Day. This is too specific. Not gonna lie. National Organize Your Home Office Day. I feel called out. National Promposal Day, which I guess is you ask someone to prom. So all you young lovers out there, make your move. It's today. National Sofrito Day, whatever that is. Wash Your Nose Day. That's good. World Plumbing Day. So if you ever wanted to celebrate your pipes, today, let's do it. Worship of Tools Day. And Turkey Vultures Return to the Living sign. All right. Well, sometimes I feel like Earth is a cult and I am not in it. Oh, Thursday is L. Ron Hubbard Day. So that's good for, the Scientology people like Tom Cruise, Travolta, Kirstie Alley, God rest her soul. Hopefully her thetan didn't get sent back to an implant station, Hopefully she did enough auditing in her life that she was able to erase the return command and can inhabit a new person's body. Scientology's got both the heavy hitters from Look Who's Talking, which is a great film. Great film. I love when the baby is just speaking his mind. Anyway, you guys know I'm always out there looking for the latest and greatest ways to gain an edge as a business owner. And I love that this is a space where we can share these ideas with each other. A few weeks ago, I stumbled across an article from Forbes on Twitter X, and I read the headline and I just loved it. It says, 7 morning habits of high earners that create unstoppable momentum. I just love the sound of that. I haven't yet read the actual article, but I thought to myself, this would be a good thing to share with my community and see what you guys think. So let's jump right into it. Forbes 7 morning habits of high earners that create unstoppable momentum. Number 1, check in with yourself. Not sure what they mean by that. When you wake up, your mind is clean and fresh. You have the mental space to think big thoughts. Catch those thoughts before they disappear. Keep a journal by your bed and write what's on your mind. Ask yourself how you feel. Notice what's bubbling beneath the surface. Your mind speaks loudest in the morning. Listen up. All right, well, right off the bat, I'm going to disagree pretty strongly here. When I wake up, my mind is not clean and fresh. It's basically full of spiders. I am absolutely haunted by my dreams, okay? I just got to get moving in the morning. I can't be stopping to ask myself how I feel, you know? Because the answer's going to be this guttural, pleading wail of a man freezing to death, you know? Because I also wake up very cold. Now, I do keep a journal by my bed, but that's just my nightmare log. Clearly, the only thing bubbling beneath the surface is the hellscape that I just emerged from. I am not trying to slip back into that. I mean, by the time my alarm goes off, I've already spent hours addressing all of Freddy Krueger's wants and needs. I've done everything he asked. I'd like to move on. You know? Sheesh. So, check in with yourself. That's a big fat no. Number 2, set your intention. Okay? You can drift through your day or you can own it completely. Successful business owners don't wing it. Disagree? Pick the word that will describe your day. Achievement, focus, fun, connection. Feel how you want to feel, then make it happen. Start strong to finish strong. Okay, I got a couple quibbles here. First of all, I don't feel like I need to own the day completely. I like to share the day. I'm not trying to Gollum it all to myself, you know. And then they're saying successful business owners don't wing it. This one does. This one definitely does. I don't know that I'm ever not winging it. But I do like the idea of focusing and inspiring yourself with a word. So this one gets a check mark from me. Set your intention. Number 3, know your must-dos. Write down 3 tasks that absolutely must happen today. Not 10, not 20. 3 non-negotiable tasks that move your business forward. Put everything else aside until they're done. Are we talking about the morning still? We're supposed to do this when we wake up? I mean, keep these tasks small and specific. Momentum builds with small wins stacked together over time. Look, all of that makes sense, you know. I just don't get how we're supposed to be doing this first thing in the morning. You know, just rolling out of bed and writing stuff down. Do these people just wake up already seated in lotus position, just floating in the air, closing deals with their mind? I don't get it. I mean, I don't wake up in the morning and just my eyes pop open like Lobot logging on, and then I turn and look at my vision board and nod. I mean, when do you eat breakfast here? Number 4, put yourself first. Everyone wants something from you. Client calls, team questions, family demands. But your morning is yours. Protect it fiercely. This time sets you up to serve others better all day long. Work out, meditate, read, create. Your business needs you at full power, not drained and scattered because you neglected yourself. Now this one is talk on my language. Put yourself first so that you can put others first the rest of the day. I love that. You got to put your own oxygen tank on first before helping other people scuba dive, you know. Now, I'm not going to work out or meditate. You know, that's not in the cards here. I'm trying to get out the door. But, I'm going to give a check mark to this one. Got to put yourself first. Well, unless you have like a baby, because, you know, babies definitely need stuff kind of when they need it. So I guess high earners just don't get to have babies. Number 5, write morning pages. Okay, I feel like there's a lot to get done, and we're... Get a notebook and write 3 pages of whatever comes to mind. No editing, no judgment, no stopping. Let your thoughts flow freely onto paper. Magic happens on page 3. Solutions appear, ideas emerge, clarity strikes. Make this your daily trainer for better decisions. All right, that is a hard pass for me. I am not gonna take out a notebook and start writing, my stream of consciousness. Again, I just emerged from that stream. It was Dracula robots eating my arms with syringe teeth. I'm trying to move on from that. And not to mention, are we still in our pajamas? We're on number 5 out of 7, and nobody's even showered yet. What are we doing? Write morning pages, not for me. Number 6, question your schedule. Look at your calendar and challenge every meeting and commitment. Ask if each thing deserves your time and energy. Most don't. Your success depends on saying no to what doesn't serve you. Reschedule what's not urgent and think seriously about fixtures you should never have booked in the first place. Create space for what matters most. I like the general idea of that, but again, I don't feel like the morning is the best time for me to question whether or not I should do the things that are on my calendar because, to be completely honest, I'm going to say no to everything and go back to bed. Forbes hasn't even told me to get out of bed yet. So, great idea, terrible timing. I got a question mark on this one. Question your schedule. And finally, number 7, stay in airplane mode. Your phone is a portal to another world. Okay. When you're in that world, you're not in the real one. For best results, you need to be present. Keep your phone on airplane mode until you've done your morning habits. The world can wait. Your momentum matters more. I love this one, theoretically, but in practice, what if your mom fell and broke her hip? She's been calling you since 4 a.m. You don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a murderer on the loose. I don't know. Seems a little risky to not even glance at your phone. But I like the vibe of it. So, I'll give that a tentative check minus. Stay in airplane mode. All right, that was Forbes' 7 morning habits of high earners that create unstoppable momentum. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. So let's talk about it over on YouTube or TweetX Twitter at Why Not Landlot. Tell me what you think. Now, believe it or not, friends, I came up with my own list. 10 morning habits of Mike Landlot that create unstoppable momentum. That's coming up next. You're listening to Small Business. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Stick around. We all want to be self-reliant. Our house is our home, and if something breaks, we want to know that we can fix it. That's finally possible, thanks to Home Depot. Maybe the caulking in your shower's coming off. You could need a dimmer switch in your living room. You notice that the birds in your backyard don't have anything to eat, and you're like, I need a birdhouse. Jiggling doorknobs, cold draft coming in the window. It's probably not a poltergeist. It's just home repair, and somebody's got to do it. Maybe you can do it. 9 times out of 10, you got to just bite the bullet and hire somebody because, you can't do this stuff. I don't know. I believe in you. With Home Depot, you finally have the chance to show everybody that they were wrong about you. Maybe you are handy. They don't know what you're capable of. Maybe you got a lot of untapped potential, that you never even tried to figure out. Used to be hardware stores were these mom and pop places that were crazy cramped. You walked in there, smelled like tobacco, no music playing, and you're shuffling through these dimly lit aisles, bumping into milk crates full of rusty sharp stuff. There's some weird metal clinking sound in the back. rack, and the shelves are towering over you. All you need's a small screwdriver, but everything you see just looks like different types of saw blades. You hear a weird grunt coming from across the room. What was that? Checking behind you? You don't know what's going on. You just got this feeling that there's something wrong here. All of a sudden, you run into a wall of plaid flannel, scares the heck out of you. Look up. You see some old guy standing there, looks like he's served in 6 American wars, face all extra asymmetrical, saying, "What do you need, sonny?" But your mouth is all dry. You want to say a small Phillips head, but all that comes out is, "I forgot my keys." You start fast walking back the way you came, thinking, "This is ridiculous. Why am I running away?" You round a corner right into an enormous man wearing coveralls covered in plaster. It says Bill on his chest. He's just looming over you with purple jowls, blocking the exit. You try to get around him, knock over a bunch of rakes, yelling, "Gotta go!" He starts laughing like a sea lion in your face, and you just sprint out of there like some kind of prey animal. Stop around the corner behind a dumpster, and you just squat there. Why did you run away? And what are you going to do about the screwdriver? They're going to find out you dropped it into the sewer grate. I mean, what are you going to do? It's not like that at Home Depot. You walk into a vast warehouse, bejeweled with orange-painted metal surfaces everywhere. That screwdriver's waiting for you over in the tool corral. Wide aisles, well-lit, easy to find. And heck, they got every screw known to man to go along with it. Walk down the hardware aisles, you'll lose your mind. Screws and nails and brads and ratchets and nuts and bolts and all kinds of metal things. I mean, come on, what do you need? You need flooring? No problem. Paint? They got it. Plumbing? Electrical? Whole aisles of real long pieces of wood. If it's a big thing, they can saw it up for you. Or if you're feeling DIY, they got this little station where you take the logs and you can just saw them yourself with this miter box where you get different angles and stuff. You sit there working at it. Sometimes you gotta wait in line. There's these guys that instead of buying a saw, they just bring whole stacks of lumber over to the Home Depot saw station, and they just sit there angrily sawing away for like 45 minutes, just sweating, looking real mad at the world. Half the people who use that station look like they're going through a divorce. Like, the divorce is happening that day. They got lawn and garden. You go out there, they got ficuses and ivies and trash cans and clippers, all sorts of stuff that I'm never going to use in the garden because I don't have one. But maybe your life is less up in the air than mine is right now. Maybe you and the love of your life go back in, your backyard with your green thumbs, and you're like, "What herbs should we plant this year, honey?" Maybe that's what your life is like. I don't know. Good for you. But I do get what I need whenever I go there. The knowledgeable staff at Home Depot is always available to help. Now, they do have varying attitudes about doing so, but, you'll get the, "Hey, sure, follow me" guy. Or you get Luann, who stands there in the middle of the aisle and just breaks it down for you, real confident, arms crossed, saying what you're going to want to do is blah, 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 technical construction ideas, And you're like, "Slow down, Luann, I gotta write this down." Or there's always some middle-aged guy who you walk up to him and ask your question, and he looks up at you from behind glasses that are slid down his nose, making this face like you asked him the dumbest question ever cobbled together, like he understands the secrets of the universe and you're just talking about lollipops, and he's just refusing to give any sort of concrete answer to anything. I don't know how to build stuff. I mean, I get it. It's not your job to build it, but I do need to not buy the totally wrong stuff. I won't hold you responsible if my drywall doesn't hold this picture hanging anchor. I'm not going to sue you. Just off the record, give me some basic advice. Am I even on the right track? I'm sorry things are hard for you. One time I helped these guys in my backyard build my fence. I was paying them, but I felt bad because it was hot, and they let me help. I did a pretty good job. The fence turned out great, but I don't live there anymore. It feels good to be handy. Or even if you don't know how to do something, if you just feeling like you know which questions to ask and where to find good advice. I mean, that's a whole skill set unto itself. You know, just because you don't know how to build something necessarily doesn't make you less of a man. You know, I always try my best, you know, and that's all I can do. And if people don't see that as good enough, then you gotta just move on. I like myself. I have so much respect for builders. I just, I'm not one of them, and that's okay. I don't know. Whatever. Home Depot, helping America build itself. Welcome back to Small Business with Mike Landlot. Full disclosure, that was not a real ad. That was just me showing potential sponsors out there the type of testimonial ads I can do for them. Just a wee testimonial, if it were, as it was, Anyway, before the break, we went through a Forbes article, 7 Morning Habits of High Earners That Create Unstoppable Momentum, which, sounds pretty good, right? We could all use some momentum, maybe not unstoppable. You don't want to be one of those stockbrokers from the 1980s, staying up all night, white powder on your nose, cruising the club district, taking weird shortcuts, driving up on the sidewalk. You hit a pedestrian, flee the scene on foot, jump in a moving cab. You're sticking your head out the window, singing Whitney Houston songs at the top of your lungs, barking at women, doing a monologue about the way money feels on your skin? Why would we want to do that? Then you ask the cab driver if he's ever been to the gates of hell. He kicks you out of the cab, so now you find yourself standing outside some bar in Midtown, yelling Ayn Rand quotes at passersby, at first normal style, but then you start doing it in a Mr. T voice for some reason. I mean, what? Your shirt's all torn up? People are scared. And they should be. I mean, you're standing in the street screaming at the sky about subprime mortgages. The valet has to ask you to move because you're blocking cars. You start throwing $100 bills at him, doing karate moves out of nowhere. The police show up, arrest you for drunk and disorderly. Your roommate has to come down to the station to bail you out, finds you looking like a feral animal, eyes going different directions, dried blood on your face, asking him if he wants to do shots. He's like, it's a Tuesday morning, so you grab him by the face and scream, then let's go make some money, baby. That's not what we're looking to do here. Unstoppable momentum. But yeah, I loved that headline from Forbes. I sort of have my own Mike's Holy Trinity, as it were, of morning habits. There's about 10 of them. 10 morning habits of Mike Landlot that create unstoppable momentum. Number 1. Snooze once. It's very important. Get up on the second alarm. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yell at yourself if you have to, but apologize afterwards once you're on your feet. Because if you apologize to yourself while you're still lying down, you might start to feel cozy, and then you might slip into sleepiness again, and then you're right back into it, which, and you don't have your alarm set anymore, so you'll be in trouble. This is critical. Give yourself that one snooze just to sort of resolve whatever was going on in dreamland, and then you're up. And now, this is not easy for me, not by a long shot. Every morning, I wake up freezing cold, just frozen solid. The last thing I want to do is leave the comfort of my bed, but that's a big one for me. Snooze once. And then go. Number 2, snap yourself out of it. Splash cold water on your face and say your special word. Now, this one's also a challenge for me because, like I said, I'm unbelievably cold, absolutely freezing. I feel like I'm coming out of cryo, So getting out of bed in the first place feels like I'm already compromising my only chance at staying alive. But splashing the cold water on my face, it feels like a brick hitting, just smashing the front of my skull. But you got to do it. And you look right in the mirror and you say a special word that amps you up. For me, I look right in the mirror and say razzmatazz. That's my word, razzmatazz. That just tells me, it's showtime. But, you got to come up with the word that works for you. Again, these are 10 morning habits of Mike Landlot that create unstoppable momentum. Number 3, brew coffee. Now, this is critical. It's going to come in handy during number 8. Number 4, text interns to make sure they're awake. Look, here's the reality. Interns are going to intern, if you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. They sleep in. Mine sleep in all the time. And if I don't text them to make sure they're awake, they're liable to just sleep all day. I mean, who knows? Xander, in particular, he'll go completely AWOL if I don't send the morning text. Sometimes for days. Just disappears off the map. So yeah, send your interns a wake-up text. You got to keep it professional, though. You can add a little friendly emoji, something like that. But just a little stern reminder that the world is waiting. So yeah, text your interns. Otherwise, God knows when they'll get up. Number 5, take a power shower. I mean, and this is the kind of thing I don't understand why it wasn't on the Forbes list. I mean, they got you sitting there doing visualizations of the 6th dimension and writing haikus. How about clean your body? What? Anyway, take a power shower. Talk out loud about what you got to do that day. I am really driven to get in the shower once I'm up because, look, I'm just obscenely cold. I got to just stand there for a while in the shower, just trying to get some warmth on my body. You can't get stuck there, though. It can't be like an Empire Strikes Back thing where you've been rescued from the ice swamp and Han Solo's cut open his tauntaun and stuffed you in the guts. It can't be a toasty belly nap. It's got to be more Return of the Jedi style, where Jabba the Hutt's encased you in carbonite and the showers like Princess Leia melting you out. Got to keep moving. So to that end, while I'm warming up, I talk out loud about what I'm going to do that day. And to keep myself focused, I picture that friendly little paper clip from the old Microsoft Word, the little assistant guy. He's a little cartoon paper clip. I associate him with productivity, and so I imagine that I'm just talking to him, just going through all the things that need to be done that day. Number 6, speed dress. Get dressed as fast as you can. Look, guys, I can't really overstate just how cold I am in the mornings. It's profound, and I'm groggy too. I've actually had night terror type hallucinations in the morning where I open my eyes and there is, I swear to God, there's a penguin standing in the corner of my room, just as plain as day, a fully rendered penguin. He's wearing a parka and he's got this real serious look on his face, shaking his head like, don't do it, Mike. Don't get out of bed. It's too cold out here. You're not going to make it. So I just got to overcome that. And part of that is the speed dress. So I bundle up as quick as I can. I turn it into sort of a sport, trying to get my blood pumping. I'll even break a sweat, You just got to be careful you don't injure yourself. But be vigorous about it, is what I'll say. Number 7, warm up the car. Now, stay tuned. This one's going to pay off on number 10. And I am seeing a pattern here. I promise not all of these are about getting warm. Number 8, drink coffee. Well, okay, so this one is more warming. I don't know what to say, I live in an industrial freezer, but you remember the coffee we brewed in number 3? Well, you're welcome. Because you're drinking it now. And this is a good time to peruse the morning paper. In this day and age, as a cyber citizen, that's my phone. So I kind of just skim the day's headlines in the local section and the business section because, surprise, surprise, I do local business. Number 9, eat breakfast. I mean, hello, Forbes. Human need food, right? I mean, look, call me old-fashioned, but I eat in the mornings. I'm a mammal. This one's obviously at your personal discretion, but I'm going to recommend Cheerios or Corn Chex. Reese's Puffs is weekends only. Okay? And then finally, number 10, do a happy commute. This is a huge one. Drive to work, crank the tunes, and smile and nod at everybody you pass. I love this one because it really makes me feel alive, and connected to the greater community. I like to sing something that gets me going. A big one is Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship. I've been doing that one lately. Love that. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. It's whatever works for you. And you don't just have to sing the vocal parts. You can sing the guitar solo, the keyboard parts, whatever. The next part of it is you got to smile at people. While you're driving, you just smile at everybody you pass, even if they don't smile back. Even if they don't notice you smiling at them. Or maybe they do notice, but they're creeped out, so they just keep staring straight ahead and pretending they don't see it. It could go lots of different ways. I had a guy once, I gave him the smile, and he flipped the bird at me. I just sort of nodded to him. But then he rolled down his window and very clearly explained, I'm saying F you, which, I understood that, but that didn't dim my smile for the next person. Look, think of it this way. Your smile is there for everyone to take it or leave it, but either way, you're the one who gets to have it on your face. Now, a special note, if you work from home, and I started doing this during the pandemic, even if you work from home, you should still do the happy commute. You drive to a professional building that's like 10 or so minutes away, park the car, walk in the door, take a little lap around the lobby, and then go back to your car, drive home. Now, you may think of that as a waste of time, but it really provides a sort of psychiatric break, if you will, between home and work, so that, when you walk back in your home office, you can sort of imagine your pets or your plants or whatever being like, oh, heads up, the boss is here. It just sort of lets you know that you mean business. But yeah, so that's 10 morning habits of Mike Landlot that create unstoppable momentum. That is Mike's way of doing it. Of course, the other option is to do what Forbes says and, make a vision board while levitating. Maybe you prefer one or the other. Mine has 10. Theirs only has 7. But mine includes breakfast. So it's up to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts about which one you prefer. I mean, heck, we could even combine them. I mean, there's basically zero overlap. So, why not? 17 morning habits of high earners that create unstoppable momentum by Mike Landlot and Forbes. That works for me, but what do you think? Of course, we're on every major podcasting platform, but I want to hear from you. You can do that on YouTube at Why Not Landlot. The podcast episodes are there for you to check out. Leave me your comments. You can also check out a variety of my TV commercials there. Hit me up on Tweety X. I'm always there talking with business leaders, sharing articles, picking the brains of wildly successful people. Jump into the convo, please, at Why Not Landlot. If Facebook is your jam, you can hit me up there. We can, boomer it up together at Why Not Landlot. And while you're at it, stop by my Instagram where I have yet to post anything meaningful. Yep, they're all the same. Why Not Landlot? Go add me right now. Leave me your thoughts. You got comments, questions about small business or life? Whatever. It's all about community, so join the conversation, and together we can make small business a little bit smaller. That about does it for me. This has been Small Business with Mike Landlot. If you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a review. If you're not, please don't. Be safe out there, everyone. And remember, think global, dream local, and watch out for deer.